Yo, what's going on, guys? It's time for another reaction video, and today we're going to be looking at another one from Canada, and it is amazing places to visit in Canada, and it's coming from the YouTube channel Joyous Travel. So if you like this video, make sure to check out their channel as well. Let's get straight into it.
If you're looking for an amazing destination with beautiful scenery, lakes, lighthouses, mountains and valleys, Canada won't disappoint you. Visit a quiet town, a national park, or a wilderness area not far from a major city for a vacation filled with gorgeous views, northern lights, waterfalls, and fun outdoor adventures. Canada has it all. Let's take a look at the 10 best places to visit in Canada. Number 1. Banff National Park. Canada is famous for its beautiful landscapes. If you really enjoy nature, you can't miss the Banff National Park.
This one's long been on my list. I will make it there one day. I will see Banff. I have to see it. It's everything I've seen about it. It looks like a beautiful location, and it's just one of those places that, like, I don't know. Just some reason I feel like if I get to see it in person, you'll just have like a Zen type moment, like you could connect with it. I don't know how to explain it, but from what I've gathered from everything else I've seen from other creators and travel guides and so forth, it's a place that I definitely want to see in person.
The beauty of nature is all you will find in Canada's first national park, located in Alberta's Rocky Mountains. Incredible wildlife living in those Rocky Mountains, combined with big glacial lakes, form up a beautiful, breathtaking view you can't miss. Banff's park system allows you to do some hiking or enjoy the landscapes on a bike ride. You can also do a kayak ride. Don't miss the opportunity to be one with Canadian nature and visit this beautiful park on your next vacation. Number 2. Niagara Falls. These breathtaking waterfalls do not need too much introduction. You have probably heard about them before. Niagara Falls is one of the most beautiful waterfalls in the whole world, so you absolutely have to include it on your list when visiting the country.
Question for anybody who's visited it there. This is another place that's on my list, and I watched a video just recently where somebody was on the Canada side of it, I believe, and they stayed in a hotel that had a window overlooking the waterfalls, so that you could basically see the waterfall all day and night. If you've experienced it before in that way, tell me in the comments, is it worth it to do it? And staying in that hotel, is it costly? Or is it on par with just about any other place you would stay? And if you actually know what hotel it is, because the video I watched didn't say what hotel it was, I'm sure I could probably try to figure it out if I Googled around enough. But yeah, I always like to see what you guys have to tell me in the comments, especially if you have some good suggestions, because I do definitely want to go check out Niagara Falls. So let me know what's the best vantage point for it, where you should stay, if there's any specific tours you should do. Yeah, I'm all ears. Tell me what you know about Niagara Falls.
We assure you that you will enjoy these Canadian views, especially Horseshoe Falls, considered the most beautiful of these 3 falls. Number 3. Quebec City. It's the only fortified city in the North American continent north of Mexico. Stroll through the cobblestone streets and soak in the city's magnificent heritage, storied past, and European charm.
I had no clue that it was fortified like that. That's pretty interesting.
Quebec City is one of the most enchanting places to see in Canada because of its many activities and attractions throughout the year. Visit the Citadel of Quebec, an active military installation with over 300 years of history. Relax at Battlefields Park, the site of fierce clashes between the British and French empires. Today, within the park's 255 acres, you'll find landscaped gardens, monuments, fountains, and riverfront views. Perched on a cliff top 60 meters above the St. Lawrence River is the panoramic Dufferin Terrace. This 425-meter-long boardwalk.
That's a really cool view. I always love when there's elevation.
is a marvelous setting for a stroll with spectacular views. Number 4. Toronto. Even though Canada is famous for its wildlife and natural landscapes, it also has some cool things to see in its cities. Try delighting yourself with some artworks in the Ontario's Art Gallery. You must visit the famous Hill House, an amazing piece of architecture built in 1903 by the business magnate Sir Henry Mill Palat. This historical house is usually used as a museum. It has also been used many...
Looks more like a castle than a house.
This historical house is usually used as a museum.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even call that a house. That's a castle.
It has also been used many times as a set for the filming of movies and TV shows. It's totally worth taking a look at this creepy but fancy house. While exploring Toronto, you will find some interesting spots, like CN Tower. Next to Ontario's lake, you can find this famous tower, the most popular in the country. 553 meters high with a stunning 360-degree view, which will allow you to see the whole city from a panoramic view. Number 5.
That's pretty cool. I always love that kind of stuff. I went to, when I was in New York, I did the Empire State Building. When I was in Vegas, I went on the Stratosphere. I have a fear of heights, but I still like to go up and see this stuff. So knowing that there's one there in Canada too, gonna have to add that one to my list now.
5. Ottawa. Canada has a lot to show, and its capital could not fall behind. While visiting Ottawa, you can delight yourself by its rich architecture, a mix of picturesque Gothic buildings with formalistic structure. Take a walk in their streets to enjoy the view of Parliament Hill and other government buildings. There are multiple museums and art galleries you can find in Ottawa. Places like Laurier's House or Canada's War Museum have some artistic and historical pieces for you to discover. If you enjoy nature rather than city lights, take a walk by the Rideau Waterway, the oldest river in North America. This huge river is considered world...
Another cool view. I like how the water here is kind of like, is that tiered? Like it starts off higher and it's like a little waterfall and then a little waterfall, or are those just bridges? I can't quite tell. But it does look like that. It looks like it's going, like each level is, each bridge drops down again.
World Heritage, and it connects Ottawa City with Lake Ontario. Number 6. Golden, British Columbia. Located in the middle of 6 national parks,
Wow.
Golden is one of the most beautiful places to visit in Canada for outdoor and wildlife adventures. Summer activities here include hiking, rock climbing, mountain biking, paragliding, and even heli rafting.
I feel like you could spend like a whole year just going through Canada and never do anything twice just because there's so much variety.
Be sure to visit Glacier Park, Yoho, and the Columbia Wetlands, located just south of the city. This is North America's longest protected wetlands and home to over 200 different species of birds and animals. If you're interested in wildlife, stop by the Grizzly Bear Refuge at Kicking Horse Mountain Resort. Make sure to pay a visit to its famous resident bear, Boo, or take a walk on the wild side with wolves at the Wolf Center.
I think I'll probably pass on the wolves and the bears unless they're tame. I guess these look like they're tame.
Number 7. Vancouver. Vancouver is meant to be experienced outdoors. Thanks to its temperate climate and abundance of rain, this city has its fair share of lush outdoor spaces, the largest among them being Stanley Park. If you're not up for strolling its nearly 1,000 acres...
It's just so much to see, man. Like everything's beautiful, dude. Like the cityscapes, the naturescapes. Like it doesn't matter. Every clip they're showing, and of course they're showing the highlights, obviously, but still, it's just like everything looks amazing.
Visit some of the city's other beloved outdoor attractions, like Queen Elizabeth Park or Van Dusen Botanical Garden. For a real thrill, take a walk across the Capilano Suspension Bridge, which hovers 230 feet above the Capilano River. When you're ready to refuel, you'll have your pick of delicious market eats at Granville Island and Lonsdale Quay. Number 8. Jasper National Park. You cannot enjoy this country without visiting this park. Before you even get here, you will have already enjoyed one of the most beautiful views in the whole world by crossing the Icefields Parkways. There you can gaze at the Athabasca Glacier and enjoy the views of various turquoise rivers. And if you're lucky enough, you'll be able to see a grizzly bear. Just not up too close. Another impressive thing that characterizes Canada is the Northern Lights.
This is another one I want to see. I've always wanted to see the Northern Lights. It's one of those phenomena, you know, like that only happens at, oh God, there's that and there's the Borealis. Is that two different places? I think it is. Tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Again, like one of those things you have to experience it at least once.
In Jasper National Park, you'll be able to see the Northern Lights from May until September. Number 9. Cape Breton Island. Located on the East Coast, Cape Breton makes for a great place for a road trip. One of the highlights of the island is the Cabot Trail, which is a 300-kilometer route through the Cape Breton Highlands National Park. Along the way, you'll be driving through a mix of terrain, including scenic coastal roads and hills. For those feeling adventurous, Cape Breton offers various hiking routes, including the Skyline Trail, which you could explore for epic views of rural Canada. Number 10. St. John's. In Canada's far eastern province of Newfoundland and Labrador is the historic and friendly city of St. John's. This is the main gateway for air travelers to the island of Newfoundland, but many people come simply to enjoy the city. Colorful buildings line the sloping streets that run along hills with views out over the harbor.
I think I saw this on a video I did the other day because I feel like I remember this view of these colorful buildings, and I was mentioning how much I liked them. I'm pretty sure it was another Canada reaction I did.
The city also has numerous historic sites and attractions, including Signal Hill, George Street, and Cape Spear Lighthouse. But the real appeal is the vibrant atmosphere, the people, and the maritime culture that makes this city so unique from mainland Canada. From the cosmopolitan streets of Toronto to the mountain peaks of the Canadian Rockies, Canada features a diverse set of vacation destinations. So, which one of these places in Canada are you planning to visit during your next holiday? Don't think too much. Just pack your bags and book your trip to Canada and try.
I love how they pick up that hat and show you the stack of money because that's how much you're going to be spending while you're there.
Visiting each of the above listed places. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and click subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Another great video from Joyous Travel, so make sure you guys go check out that YouTube channel. Family, friends who are watching this, who wants to go with me to Canada, spend a couple of weeks there, let me know. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen yet, but at least need to start figuring out who would be game to go with me. If you are in Canada, let me know how you feel about this list and the details they had here. Was it a fairly accurate list? Well, I guess they didn't really say anything in a particular order. They just said best places. If you visited Canada, where did you get to travel to? What places did you love? Were there any places that you would have skipped on if you had a second go at it? And yeah, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you'll get notified every time I upload a video. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and stick around to the end and check out one of my other videos or playlist after this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.